How is it going, folks? Klutzy Joe coming at you with yet another review. This time we're going to be looking at the Marvel Apocalypse. Now, I'm sorry for the glare, folks, but actually, I can't do anything. That's a flash. Anyway, so as you get to see, very awesome packaging right here. You get to see that Apocalypse is looking real awesome right here. Yeah, this is actually based off of the Age of Apocalypse, which was a 1990s comic book. I do end up loving the artwork that they ended up giving him right here on the sides. It looks pretty cool. Right here on the back, there is a full-on read-up. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. Right here, you just end up getting to see how awesome he just ends up looking. And yeah, I'm not gonna front you guys. I've already opened this figure, so anyways, let's look at the figure. And here is Apocalypse in all his dark glory. And I gotta tell you guys, I do end up loving this figure. Not a whole lot of accessories, but I do end up loving how this guy ends up looking, especially with how much of a boss he looks right here in this pose. Anyways, and so let's look at the articulation. Let's look at the accessories. Seeing as how we already ended up talking about, not much of accessories. What you do end up getting is this closed fist. So it's all right. I mean, it's just, just a generic, gray. Let me see, why is that the camera's actually picking it up a little bit more bluer than what it is. You also get the serious head of Apocalypse, which is the one that I do end up loving a lot. This is a traditional Apocalypse look. Looks real nice. It also comes with this skull, which looks real cool. Now, the cool thing about this skull is that it does end up having some grooves right here. You get to see, hold on, let me just, there we go. So you do get to see that there's a little groove right here and a little groove right here. That are kind of like indicators as to where is he end up going on his hand. So you just have to align them pretty good. There's one groove, there's the other, and now you just set it down a little bit. I mean, there we go. There's the other groove. Sorry guys, the other groove is right here, and then you get to see the one right here. So you just line them up, and should be able to fit in perfectly. There we go. Actually, you know what? Let's just put it like that. All right. Anyways, yeah, there it is. That's pretty much all that there is. And this cape, which is removable. You do end up liking that, So again, not a whole lot of accessories, but this figure is awesome, folks. I mean, let's just take the skull off and let's just look at this guy. Now, for those of you who have already gotten the Marvel Legends Apocalypse Build-A-Figure, it's essentially the same buck, but for the doofuses like me who didn't really, fell asleep on that entire wave except for like Wolverine, this is actually pretty cool. I do end up liking how that he ends up looking. Very blue, At first, I was a little hesitant to even think about getting this guy if it wasn't because he actually came out on the target that is right here at the house. Probably I wouldn't have even picked it up, but as it is, I mean, he does end up looking real nice. So yeah, looks pretty cool. He does end up having these little flaps right here, which are articulated, so you can actually have them like this, standing up. Gonna have to tighten this one up. I don't know how, but yeah. So it does end up looking pretty cool like that. And beautiful part about that is that they do not end up hindering any articulation. You could also remove them if you want to. So that's another cool part about this guy. And the same thing goes with the little neck piece right here. So that's actually pretty cool. You could switch that. Let's just switch that head for the regular looking head. There we go. Satisfactory click. And let's talk about the heads, because I mean, they do end up looking pretty cool. Now, I did show you guys this one, the serious head. It looks real nice. Do end up loving how is it that there isn't that much paint job on over to it, except for on the eyes and right here at the lips. So that's actually pretty cool. Everything else is actually just a blue helmet and gray, gray skin. And very simplistic, but very down to the point. The same thing goes with this one. Looks pretty cool, even though I do end up loving his smile a little bit more, a cynical laugh, and the inside of the mouth, which is actually pretty cool. So I do end up liking this one. I kind of like it a lot more than I thought originally thought. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Didn't think that I was actually gonna like it as much, but now I do. So aside from that stuff, you could actually switch the hand. This is the first time that I'm switching the hand. And for those of you that are actually wondering, yes, this thing actually comes off. So that's actually pretty cool, right? So you can take that off and put on another hand. And it's just, there we go, satisfactory click. So yeah, looks pretty cool. I do end up digging that. So how about we end up looking at the articulation? Yeah, folks. Just like a standard Marvel Legends figure, Apocalypse is able to look up about that much. So looks pretty high up. Looks pretty good down. There is not a whole lot of side to side, but I mean this is dark and this is Apocalypse. So you know, if you guys catch me saying dark side, I don't know why do I keep on calling him that, but anyways, Apocalypse is able to move that much with the head. He does end up having ab crunch, so that's actually pretty cool, and he does end up moving very far forward. I do end up loving this. Mattel should actually learn that with their professional wrestlers. All right, he's able to move back about that much, so that's actually real nice. His arms are able to open up about that much, so that's actually pretty cool. There is forearm rotation, bicep swivel, so that's actually pretty cool. There is a single jointed elbow, which I'm kind of upset about, but I know that they did it single jointed because of the arm. I mean, because of the biceps. But either way, the problem about that is that these gauntlets, they sit too far up that they actually go way up there, and they don't even let them articulate all that well. To show you what is that I mean, let me just take this hand off. Let me take the gauntlet off, and yeah, so that's about as much as you can get it with the gauntlet. Without the gauntlet, look at this. It's more. Okay, it's a significant amount more. So yeah, there is a big difference. All right, so aside from that, let's just enough of that. Let's just look at the Van Damme. Van Damme, he does pretty good, Van Damme. Very good, Van Damme. Not perfect, Van Damme, but very good. So aside from that, he's able to kick up that much. He's able to kick back. Not so much. He does end up having upper thigh swivel, so that's actually pretty cool. His knees are double jointed, so that's cool. Double jointed knees. He does end up having a rotation at the boot, and there is ankle pivot. Beautiful ankle pivot. Also, ankle hinge, so that's actually pretty cool. Oh no, I do end up loving this figure. I like how is it that he looks. Let me just put everything back together, while I'm doing the review. I do like this guy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I ended up finding myself liking this guy a lot more as I kept on messing around with it. And no, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty cool. It's a breath of the fresh air. But, however, you know what? I'm just going to pause this. And so, yeah, this figure is actually looking pretty cool. Welcome back. And let's just, while we're at it, let's just jump on over to size comparisons. For size comparisons, I do end up having a Marvel Legends Apocalypse Build-A-Figure Wave Wolverine. So, yeah, I told you guys that I did fall asleep on that. But you get to see that Wolverine with everything. It's just basically at upper bicep height. So yeah, it's not all that tall. If you want to compare him with another line of X-Men, here is the Mezco Cable. That's actually pretty cool. All right, so still pretty good height. Pretty good height for Apocalypse. This guy is actually pretty cool. Does end up dwarfing these guys, which is actually real nice. There we go. He dwarfs them. And if you really want to do a size comparison with other big characters, I do end up having the let's see, let's compare him with Venom, the Build-A-Figure Venom, and let me stand him up straight. And still dwarfs the Venom figure. Alright. Kind of dwarfs the Venom figure. So that's still pretty good because we do end up needing him to be taller than Venom. However, if we were to compare him to the biggest of the big of the Marvel Legends that I end up having, the Red Hulk, you get to see that the Red Hulk kind of dwarfs him. Or, no, almost about the same height. You know, not gonna lie. It's a pretty big figure. Alright? Now, there we go with the articulation on the... Yeah, okay, let's just have him like that. So, anyways. Final thoughts. I really do end up loving this figure. He is ginormous for his size. Okay, he does end up looking very big. He does end up looking very imposing. I do end up loving how is it that he stacks up with some other X-Men characters, especially when it comes down to Wolverine. I do believe that he is supposed to be pretty tall. Now, do I believe that he can actually be taller? Of course. This guy is a shapeshifter, so he can actually be as tall as he wants. Would I have actually loved him to be a little bit more taller than the Red Hulk? Yes, definitely. However, for what you're getting, it is a hell of a steal. You know, this guy is supposed to be the Build-A-Figure Apocalypse figure. So, if I were to say which one between this guy and the Build-A-Figure, I would definitely end up telling you guys to look for the Build-A-Figure because it is a classic look. However, this thing is nothing to sneeze at. This guy's actually really cool. I do end up loving the size and everything, and he just looks supremely imposing with this look. Now, I will tell you guys that in the beginning, I was actually a little worried because of the red. In other pictures, because of the lighting and everything, it did end up making it look like if it was fire truck red, and it's not. It's a little bit more darker. It's like Wolverine belt red, all right, and it's actually looking pretty cool. I do end up recommending you guys to pick him up if you can find him at Target. I think that we might actually be that you guys might actually be able to find at a GameStop or other places. I don't think that this guy was a Target exclusive, and if he was, then just look around. This guy's actually going for $34.99 on Amazon. I think that the same can actually be said on eBay. Oh no, I do recommend this guy. This guy's actually pretty cool. Anyways, if you guys can, and obviously this is just a matter of preference and all that stuff. If you guys do end up having the Build-A-Figure, and you guys want to see how this head ends up looking, and the other head with the Swaparoo, I do end up having a picture, and you get to see it right here, right now. You get to see that, yes, Apocalypse does end up looking a lot more better with the with this new head on over with that body, and that old head on over with this one. It still ends up looking pretty good. However, there was the reviewer that I ended up snapshotting this from, which was Shartimus Prime. He did end up saying that the head on this Apocalypse, the new one, actually is a little bit more stiff. And on this other Apocalypse, it does end up moving around from side to side. Now, I think that it might have been Shartimus, it could be Rivera, but anyways, you'll get to see it on the image right then and there. So, anyways, this has been Klutzy Joe. I hope that you guys ended up enjoying this review. Sorry that I've actually been slouching off. I will make a review of this guy pretty soon. I really do need to end up making a review over this Mezco cable. I do end up loving this figure so much, and I have everything. I've been wanting to review this guy. I don't know why. I've been putting it away, but you know what? This ends soon, so be on the lookout for that one. Anyways, this has been Klutzy Joe. Peace out. Bye.
Little child, you fear me. But know this,
Your death is at the hands of Apocalypse. It is a grateful and merciful death which I will give to you, and soon the world.